Welcome to KVTV, and we're here at Red Runway, the rehearsal. It's Red Runway 2012. KVTV has decided to add something else to our portfolio, adding fashion, like more fashion on the scene. So we're here today just taking in like what's going on, what is the rehearsals like, what the models have to go through. So just have a look and, keep it locked because KVTV is always where it's happening. Okay, so I'm here and I'm feeling very short, standing next to these two ladies. Can you tell me a little bit though about the shoes that you're wearing? What inch are those?
I believe mine is about 5. 5, yeah. 4, 5 inches.
What is like walking on the runway, trying to focus on your posture, trying to focus on your walk, and having on heels?
Well, to walk on the runway is not about thinking. When if you overthink, then you will focus on the heels, and then something will.
You'll end up tripping.
Yeah, tripping.
Yeah, but I think the most important thing is to breathe from your diaphragm.
Yeah.
So that you'll feel very calm.
Yes. And just
always
concentrate. Yeah, concentrate on what you're doing and concentrate on the clothes you're wearing, how to show and sell the clothes that you're wearing, and that's about it. Once you're
So it's about a little bit of attitude.
Yes, make sure you have
attitude.
Yeah.
Alright, so can you all do like a little walk for us, like right here today in the heels so we can just see? All attitude, sorry. But thank you so much, girls, and I wish you all the best in the event. Okay, what's your name?
Felicia.
Okay, Felicia, tell us a little bit about your experience thus far in Red Runway.
Well, it's been a really nice experience just learning how to properly walk and how to proper posture and stuff. A lot of stuff that you didn't know, they're just teaching us and stuff.
Is this your first experience on the runway or in a fashion show, or have you done stuff prior?
I've done a charity fashion show already, but this is my first official fashion show.
And what inspired you to become part of Red Runway or to go out when the casting call was put out there? What, told you, Felicia, like, I want to do this?
Well, I've always had, I always wanted to get into modeling, and when I saw it, I saw this as an opportunity for me to get into it because I didn't really know where to go to start and stuff. So I saw this as an opportunity for me to learn, how to start and how to walk and stuff, so it'll prepare me for other experiences.
And other than being part of this event, what other events you think you want to be part of in the future?
Well, I just like the fashion shows and stuff, so just fashion on the whole, anything. I've done a few other stuff with Ryan and Salim. I did a fashion show already with Hyatt. So just continue being in the fashion industry and stuff. I just find it's really interesting and you meet a lot of new people. So wherever this takes me.
And the training, what's the training like for you? What's the hardest part of the training for you?
I would say keeping my posture because I'm very tall, and to always keep yourself upright. I think that's my biggest challenge.
So we're here with someone who's not from Red Runway, but who's here, chilling, I don't know. Right? She doesn't want to be on TV, but small thing. Alright? So tell us a little bit about what you're doing here if you're not from Red Runway.
Well, I come to support my friends. Yeah.
So why you didn't enter the event?
I don't like to wear heels. I like sneakers and slippers.
So you need to model for Nike and Adidas and that kind of thing?
I will do that.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about what you've seen as coming as a supporter thus far.
I see nothing much now.
This is the first time you're here then?
You can say so.
You sure?
Yeah.
You're not sounding sure? You're lying to me.
No, I wouldn't lie to you. I'm on TV later, but no.
I feel when they start walking, you're going to be in front walking on that runway. And then I'm going to say she lied to me.
Right here. I will be right here. I'm not walking nowhere, man. I'll be right here.
Alright, I want to see your friend. So you're here supporting her? Okay, so tell me what's your experience like thus far and what's your name?
I'm Chris. And I'm Rebecca.
What's your experience thus far in the event?
Well, it's fun so far. I made a lot of friends. No, but that's like this is like my sister here, So, but yeah, made a lot of friends. It was a really nice experience. I had stage fright before, but now I kind of conquer it because of the modeling.
Is this your first experience in a fashion show or a modeling event?
Yes, it is.
So what inspired you to be part of it all?
Well, I just like modeling. I just like looking pretty, and I just like clothes. I like pretty stuff. So, and then I like Victoria's Secret models and Calvin Klein models. So that's like my big dream there. So to take it from here and to go international with it.
Okay, so what do you think you're going to take from here to take to the international level if you want to make it to the international level?
No, what I'm learning here is how to make my uniqueness something that they're looking for. So I just learning how to put my uniqueness out there.
And what do you think is your uniqueness?
No, I'm just a happy and sprightly person. Like that's just somebody I am. So I learning how to develop that, and yeah.
So you're going to use your personality to, well, carry it out onto the runway. That's what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time. All right. And what's your experience thus far?
So far, it's a good experience. I'm learning a lot, and it's teaching me some skills that I need to know about.
And those skills are?
Well, how to walk and how to sit and how to, how to be a model and look the part and how to carry about yourself as a model.
And what's your biggest challenge thus far in the event?
Walking. I have my own walk, but how my feet work is like weird because when you're walking, your feet are supposed to be straight one in front of the other. I can walk straight, but my feet will be like this. It's a ball. I don't know. I think it's from ballet, something. So that's just my own, but I'm conquering it slowly.
Okay, so you used to be part of ballet.
Yeah, I did it for a period of time and then I stopped.
Okay. But then ballet helps you with your posture as well, right? So I think it should have been easier for you coming into the event, having that, well, the alignment and so forth, kind of down pat.
Yeah. I have the straight uprightness, but it's just the foot part.
Okay, so I hear they're actually going to cut some people today. Not going to get you frightened or anything, but what do you think? You think you're going to make it to the final?
Yes, I think I'll make it to the finals. I have to have a positive attitude. If I get cut, I'll be like, I'll cry a little bit. But if my friend goes through, I'll still come to support her. But I'm really hoping I don't get cut. So don't cut me, please.
Alright then, here's what I want you all to do. Since this miserable lady over here with you all, what I want you all to do is yell for me, Red Runway, on the count of 3. Okay? So, 1, 2, 3.
Red Runway!
Okay, so we're here with Dale Hostan. He's one of the organizers for the Red Runway show. Dale, tell us a little bit about the history of the show and how long have you actually been on board the Red Runway production?
Well, I've been on board since inception. It actually started off with myself, and my business partner, Karen Ward. And this is the 5th year that we're having the show. When we started off, basically we wanted to do something different that has never been done in fashion. We wanted to have a fashion event in the middle of a party. And that's how we started off. And seeing the success of the first event, we try to evolve the event every year. So every year we try to expose new models and designers each and every year. So then, well, getting a little feedback from the models, we found out like how could we help develop them more, and they said, well, they liked how we train them. Actually, we took in amateur models and we trained them and brought them up to a professional level. And then furthermore, we started to build portfolios of models. So this is just like one aspect here that we do. This is training sessions, but like on Saturdays we have photo shoots where we go to like places like Fort George, go to Blanchishes, and we do like some on-scene shoots and we build them on the portfolio. So they have something to carry after Red Runway. So when they go to another casting, that they'll actually have some history of modeling. So as I like to tell people, it's kind of like the OJT of the fashion industry. So they actually get to model and get experience at the same time.
You said that it's 5 years that you all have actually been running the show, yourself and Karen. But what was the inspiration for the both of you all bringing this together?
Oh, well, when we started off, Kieran had one. Well, Kieran was in the fashion industry because he modeled before. He won Ocean Styles and he was into fashion. And I was an event manager. Well, and we were friends because we were on the same swim team. So we decided to kind of bring the two together, because he himself was saying that he wanted to, give models and them the kind of experience that he never really got now. So, because he said, basically, when they come to a fashion show, it's boring. You just say walk up and down, it had no interaction. So we actually wanted to do something different with fashion.
Okay, you said you wanted to have a party inside of the fashion show. So how do you bring that party aspect to the fashion show?
Well, when we had started off, that's how it was. The party would start at 9 p.m. and the fashion show would start at 12. The party would stop, the fashion show starts at 12, ends at 1, and then the party continues until like 3, 4 a.m. But then we realized that, okay, we were kind of like shortchanging the designers, because a lot of the serious buyers wouldn't come to the party atmosphere. So that's why we kind of separated it now into, we have the fashion show first and we'd have an after party afterwards.
And in terms of location, I'm seeing that you all are having it in UE this year, but prior, where were some of the venues that you all actually kept the event?
Well, the first year we had it on Millennium's Golf Course, Muscovado in Trinity. That was the first year. The second year we had it in Menchel Mass Camp. The third year was in YMCA, and last year we had it in a booking facility.
Okay, and also in terms of training the models and so forth, right? Starting off, well, what direction did you all get in terms of how we are going about training the models, or in terms of their structure, how they walk, so forth? Where you all got the advice and so forth to actually put together, the training and so forth for them?
Oh, well, like I said, Kieran was a model originally, so he has some of the know-how. And there's another person who's on our team, Kadeen Barton, but she's not here today. She handled some of the training sessions with the models as well. And then, I don't know if you all interviewed him already, but Mr. Nathan, he is a very reputable person in the industry. His agency is Coco Velvet International, and he does this for a living. He is a fashion director, so he trains models, works on all different aspects, because today we were actually working on spoke model training, so it's all different aspects that he have really kind of taught us which direction to go.
And also there's a casting call prior to actually coming down to the numbers that you have right about now. All right, so what it is you're looking for in terms of when someone has to come and audition, what it is you're actually looking for from the model?
Well, we normally tell them little to no experience, because, as I said, the project is focused on exposing new designers and new models, so little to no experience, and basically we train them from scratch. Once they have the poise, they're willing to work hard, and so forth. And obviously they built for the fashion, for runway, because everybody wears clothes, so we work with petite, plus, and average. So the requirements aren't very, very high, but when it comes down to crunch time, the standards go up a bit.
So it's just about having a passion for it and just actually putting your best foot forward, basically.
Yeah,
all right then. So is there any advice you have for like up and coming models or persons who might want to get into the fashion industry? Like, how can they go about getting into something like this, or even becoming part of your team?
Well, anybody who wants to get in contact with us, they can either send me a message, Dale Huston on Facebook, or Kieran Ward on Facebook. There's also the Red Runway profile. They can send that a message. And there's also the Red Runway page. So they can send either one of those a message if they're interested in modeling or would like to join our team. And also, the advice I would give to young aspiring models and designers, don't let anybody turn you down. And if it is you go up for something, like you go to a casting call and you don't get through, maybe that person just didn't like your look on that day. So go refine, ask questions. Afterwards you could talk to one of the casting directors and ask them, excuse me sir, or excuse me ma'am, why didn't I get through? And and if they are nice enough, they will explain to you, well, all right, your body proportion is out. You probably need to join a gym, you need to tone up. You're probably too big for fashion, you need to slim down and stuff like that.
Okay, and also in terms of carrying Red Runway, like other places, like internationally or throughout the Caribbean, where do you see that going, or do you see it going to those places?
yeah, we see it going to those places, but what we're doing, we're just trying to perfect it in Trinidad first before we start to export the brand. So, because it doesn't make any sense that you take it to Barbados or New York or Miami and we haven't perfected it here as yet. So, once we perfect it here, and we believe well this year we have found the right chemistry that we're going to perfect it this year. Next year we are looking to do it in Trinidad and then do one in Tobago. And then afterwards we'll start to move up the islands and see if we reach Miami.
So we're here with some people who are not models, who is just assisting the show, and some who are trying out today. So tell me a little bit about the assistants, what it is exactly that you'll be doing for the show.
Well, I'll be assisting the director, teaching the people how to model and stuff. And that's basically it.
And who's the director?
Christopher Nathan.
Okay, so you're not a model for this event, but you're a model.
I model other places too.
Okay, so have you modeled have you modeled before with the Red Runway or?
No, not Red Runway, but I model in other shows.
Model, sorry, what?
I model in other shows.
Like? Just to name a few.
Name a few, like
some events that you've modeled for.
Oh, well, I model in MasterCard and the 50th anniversary swimsuit wear.
So what do you think you're going to bring to the experience for the models?
I don't know.
You must know.
No.
How long have you been modeling?
Like 3 years.
Okay, but that's still, more experience than what some of them might have had. So what do you think that you bring in terms of being the assistant to the director, in terms of the modeling experience to them?
Well, I don't know, because basically I never been through no training like this. I just came, they told me they like my look, they like my walk, and I started modeling. So I will assume the same thing for them.
So you're just making them pattern basically what you're doing. Okay then, thank you so much for your time. And hi, you all are trying out today. Tell me if you all have any butterflies. Was the experience? You all waiting? Did you all have to walk from the traffic light to down here? What's it been like so far?
So far it's kind of nerve-wracking, but I'm relaxed. How are you feeling? I'm a little nervous, but I'll get through it.
So you all went at the first casting call? So what do you all think you all can bring to the event, being that, the others might have had some experience since they've been through the rehearsals and so forth thus far. What do you think that you can bring to the event now coming into the event?
Well, I'm just going to try to be confident as I can be, and bring what I have to the floor.
And you?
Same here.
Stop looking so nervous.
Well, it's just intimidating, but I'm going to be confident and carry it out as best as I can. So.
But is this your first experience modeling or doing a fashion show, or have you done stuff prior?
No, it's our first time.
For both of you all?
First fashion show, but we did a photo shoot already. Yeah.
Okay, then what do you all think you all have that the others don't have? What's your edge, you all think?
Put on the spot. I can't really say it. I don't know. I really don't know. Attitude, fun. We're perky, so we could always smile even if we're sad, upset. So we could be happy and still carry out our duties.
So personality, you think you all bring to the table, alright?
I think so.
So we're here with the Doomy guy. Doomy guy, what are you doing at this event? Are you one of the models?
No, I'm not. I just came to spectate and see how I can pull UTT into this. UTT has a fashion course where the director, Christopher Nathan, was the head of CEFD at UTT.
See what?
CEFD.
What does that stand for?
Caribbean Arts of Fashion Design.
Okay then, so how do you see UTT being part of it?
Well, of course, UTT have great students who are future designers. As you can see, if you came at their exhibition, their quality work, they've been taught by world-class designers, and letting them portray what they design is a good way of pushing them out and showing what they can do. The future generation of fashionistas and artists.
Are you a fashionista yourself?
Well, I've been part of certain fashion shows, but I'm not really, a model to say.
And since you've been here, spectated and so forth, what have you seen, or what do you think that you can actually take with you, I don't know, take back to UTT in terms of the experience, in terms of whatever it is? What do you see, or how do you see UTT fitting into something like this, or seeing UTT doing something similar?
Well, as I say, UTT always do fashion shows, but this is like a next pathway of them displaying what they created and show that Trinidad and Tobago that UTT students have the ability to create something as great as this.
Tell us a little bit about your experience thus far on Red Runway. How has it been?
Oh my gosh, it has been like really well. Like I am now starting modeling, so they have taught me like a lot when it comes to modeling and in terms of modeling and what you should and should not do and rules and everything. They've showed me that the modeling industry is like really fun and really nice. So that's what I'm doing.
And what's the hardest experience you think for you thus far entering the event, since you said it's your first time getting into it?
Well, the hardest experience really is that I'm petite and I'm short. That's really the hardest thing because I have to compete against these tall, gorgeous, hot girls. So that's really the hardest experience. Yeah.
Okay, so do you think you'll make it to the final? What do you think you have that will take you to the final?
Well, my personality, for sure, yes. And I've been practicing a lot. So I think all the practice that I've did and everything, I hope it pays off. And I think that would pay off, and that's why I might make it to finals.
Jazz, tell me a little bit about your experience thus far.
Well, so far it's been amazing. I mean, as Shreese, this is also my first time trying anything with modeling, so I was really nervous, but I learned a lot. Everybody was really nice, and everything I learned from here, I'm just like, going to carry with me for the rest of my life. I met a lot of new friends, like my confidence level just like went up. I had a great time so far.
And what has been your biggest challenge thus far entering the event?
My biggest challenge was just, I think it was my walk, because personally I never had a walk. I used to go and walk, and if the judges liked me, then good. But I never had. Up to now, I still don't have I don't have my walk. I'm still working on it. So that has to be my biggest challenge so far.
So I'm here with 3 of the models for the for the event coming on November the 3rd, is it? All right. What are your names?
Zamora Simmons.
Sasha Griffith.
Ife Wilshire.
You all have some interesting names, I must say. What does Zamora mean?
Zamora, it means blessed or praised in Hebrew.
Do you know what your name means?
Defender in Greek.
And yours?
Well, my mom thinks it's fantastic child, but I looked it up and it said glorious queen. Some Igbo tribe thing in Nigeria somewhere. Somewhere down so.
But anyhow you take it, it's good, right? Okay, so I want you all to tell me a little bit about what you all are encountering so far, like being in the event, and what are your expectations for yourself in the event?
Okay, encountering an event, I have really grown as a model, because I came into it just for fun. I'm doing it for fun and realizing that, hey, I can do this. It's building your confidence and stuff like that, helping you to be able to grow as a person, because you had to have that confidence to walk out on that runway. That's what it's building.
And is this your first Red Runway event, or first modeling experience?
Yes, it is actually. It is my first like professional experience. I've done like stuff in school, and we've had fashion shows in school, but this is like my first professional event.
Well, what has inspired you to come and be part of Red Runway? Because they were telling me that they had like 600 people actually like go into the casting call, and then they broke it down to like 300 and 150, and now it's about 100 people. So what was like your inspiration to be part of it all?
I think initially I was very nervous and stuff like that. My cousin was like, come on, let's go. And I was like, but I don't really go those things. And I was like, okay, no problem. I'll do it. And I put my best foot forward, because, people always tell me, you should model, you should do those kinds of things. So I was like, okay, all right, let me give this a try. And here I am, and I'm just pushing through.
All right, then. So I wish you all the best in the event, all right? And what is your experience thus far?
Basically, I've enjoyed meeting all these new people. I met Ife here, and she's now one of my closest friends. I've enjoyed meeting all the different people, the different experiences, especially with practicing my walk and getting that confidence and that boost to my ego to say that I can do this, and I'm here with all these other great people. And I really don't have any expectations, because I I didn't expect to reach this far, so I'm kind of shocked that I'm still here, and I'm humbled that I'm still here, and I'm happy to be here. So I don't have any expectations.
All right, and is this your first like experience on the runway?
No, I did a fashion show for a friend in January of this year, but that wasn't it was official, and it was, you know, a lot of spotlight and a lot of people, but this is the first amount of training and actual official training I've ever gotten, so I think I would put this above that.
Okay, and then in terms of going on an international level as opposed to just Caribbean or regional, you know, or just Trinidad and Tobago, do you see yourself going further within the modeling industry?
If it happens, yes, I'll be grateful for it, but I'm not here for that. I'm here to try my best and do my best. So if I get that far, then I'll be very happy about it.
I wish you the best of luck in the event. Now, Miss Nubian Queen or Empress, alright? Tell me, what is your experience thus far?
Well, first of all, I'm kind of bipolar with a hint of OCD. So, 1 minute I'm full of confidence, the next minute I'm really insecure. So, it was up and down basically. I'm fishing for it here. Next question.
Is that part of the bipolar experience?
That's possible. Yeah.
Okay, thus far, like what has the training been like for you? The aerobics, the exercise, and what's the hardest element of being part of the show?
The hardest element is the criticism. Except that I just either take heed, or if it's insulting, I brush it off. So, oh yeah, I like to exercise. She was curling body walk from the lights to here. It was so easy. So
you all walked from the lights to here this morning?
Yeah. Of cars or anything.
Okay, that's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Alright then, and is this your first event modeling wise, or have you done other things before?
The only other thing I've done is once a year for the school's fashion show. It would be Mother's Day. Richard Young would come and he would collaborate with us. But this is like the first big thing.
Is this only for UB students, or is it open to
everybody?
To everyone.
If you want to participate in the event, you could always get in contact with Red Runway and come out for the casting.
Hi, and we're here with Shamika. We're at the Red Runway rehearsal. Shamika, basically, we're from KVTV, and we wanted to know, like, what was the selection process like, and what's it been like being part of the Red Runway event thus far?
Okay, the selection process was kind of hard. From the casting till now, a few people got cut, obviously because they lacked what the judges didn't think they have. So until then, from now, it's been kind of hard, but it's been nice. It's really a nice experience. You learn a lot of different things that you didn't know, like positioning and your body and different things like that. And it was really been nice from then till now. So hopefully I get through.
And what's the biggest challenge you have thus far being in this event?
My biggest challenge would probably be controlling like the way I walk. Because what I thought I knew and what they're teaching now is two different things. So I have to tweak it and try to make it better. Try to improve on my walk, my body, everything. So that's my biggest challenge.
Is this the first major event that you're modeling in, or what other events have you modeled for prior to this?
I also do fashion shows. I have modeled in fashion shows before. I did Red Runway the first year. I didn't do it last year. I just came back this year. I also did a few faces like the fashion and stuff like that. So it's not really a major thing, but it's very big to me. Everything I do is always big to me because I want to make it fast. So I have to use every little thing as a stepping stone.
So from the first year to now, how do you think Red Runway has developed or grown since then?
In the first year, it has grown like drastically. You have seen changes basically in the professionalism. Everything has changed. They try to make it better with more interesting. They do workshops, they do training sessions, they do like makeup tips. They give you a lot of information. So it has grown from the first year until now. I have seen growth because obviously I would have known what it was before. From before to now, I have seen growth. So I really commend them on that.
Okay, so we're here with Christopher Nathan. He's the director of the Red Runway 2012 show. Christopher, tell us a little bit about what you're doing here today and what it is you want to bring to Red Runway every year.
But basically, we want to take Red Runway up a notch again this year. Last year, the event was improved from the previous years because of the quality of the models as well as the collections from the designers. Basically, a show is as good as the models and the designers. So what we have done today is to do a cut of the cast. Initially, we had over 150 models who were registered for the training. We gave them 3 sessions so far to give them an opportunity to improve themselves. So today I was looking for more energy, more style, more dynamism. There's some of them who got cut because their body was not right, their proportions were off, and some because their technique was poor. The show is soon, so we don't have enough time to train in terms of technique and stuff. So we cut down to what we're looking at is 50 female models and 12 male models. And of the 50 female models, they're plus size and slim thick models because that category is opening up in the Caribbean. And there are many designers who introduce a few pieces in their line for the slim thick woman. And for the male models, we selected 12. We're hoping to get a few more to take it up to 15.
Tell me a little bit about the plus size and slim thick models, because I think that industry is opening up and you don't really see a lot of people, you know, bigger sizes on the actual catwalk. So tell me, like, what it is there a difference when you look at them in terms of their proportions and so forth when you're actually selecting them?
Absolutely, that's the main thing. Even though they're slim thick, we're talking about 4X, 6X, 8X, sometimes they go up to a size 22. But they must be firm still. And a lot of plus size and full figure models believe that because they are bigger than normal, they're perfect for modeling. They still need to be toned. They still need to have firm legs, firm stomach, but their size is a lot bigger than the standard size model. So what we looked at today was whether they were proportionate and whether they were firm, their bodies. And the ones who were selected are the ones who we feel have potential to carry that brand of slim thick.
So when you talk about training and the regime that they actually go through, like all the models, what it is that you have actually rigged up for them to do, like on a daily basis or however often you all actually practice, or even when they're not here, are there exercises that they have to do on their own as well?
Yeah. Well, it starts with wellness, and I told them that you're as good as you feel. So it starts with improving their diet, exercising regularly, and being relaxed mentally and emotionally. So once you feel good about yourself, you project that to the audience and to the camera. So I have them on a strict regimen where they eat better. They try to eat a lot more lean meats, baked foods, steamed, grilled, rather than fried foods. They eat a lot more vegetables and fruit and drink a lot of water instead of soft drinks and juices. And we'll see an improvement in the quality of their skin and the quality of their hair, as well as their bodies getting more toned as a result of this way of life, the way they're eating. Apart from that, they exercise now more than before. And of course, in terms of wellness, they try to condition their thinking more positively. So instead of thinking negatively and being depressed, etc., they now have something to look forward to, which is the show, and they have more positive attitude, because that also affects their well-being. How positive you are. On a daily basis, I have them working on their posture. So even though while they're at home or while they're at work, they sit properly now with their back straight. And when they're standing as well, their shoulders are lowered and they extend their neck and try to straighten up their backs. Some of them have scoliosis, and you know that's a medical condition, but you can still improve your posture even though you have scoliosis once it's not severe. And some of them are working on that as well.
Also, like some of the designers that are on the cast this year, can you name a few of them?
We're now working on the cast. Red Runway's mission is to bring new designers to the fore. So last year we presented, I think 12 collections, and of them, 9 designers were brand new. They had never shown before. And that's what we intend to do again this year. So we haven't done the advertising yet for new designers to come on board. We'll do that over the next 2 weeks, and then they'll be screened. So what they will normally do is to bring a portfolio or bring samples of the garments that they have designed and created for themselves, and we go through the panel to see if they have potential, because not everybody will get onto the show. They have standards. So that will be done over the next few weeks.
And Red Runway, I know it's just in Trinidad and Tobago now, but how do you see it in terms of going to the Caribbean regionally or going internationally? What is your vision for it? Do you see it expanding to that level?
Absolutely. I think that Red Runway has its place as a medium to promote new labels, new models, new makeup artists, etc., etc. Before Red Runway, I used to do an event called Making Style, Trinidad and Tobago Fashion Collections, where we launched new labels. And from Making Style, we have labels now on the market like Christian Buku Designs, Eclifili Designs, Emphasis Clothing, Millhouse, who launched for the first time nationally at Making Style in 2006. I've stopped Making Style and I'm focusing on Red Runway now because it appeals to younger people. A lot of the models here are like 15, 16, 17 years. A lot of the designers who come forward as well are young as well. So we're trying to reach the youths and the younger market through Red Runway. Some of the models who have come here are interested in fashion as a career. So we also try to identify the persons who come to the event if they want to have a career in fashion and channel them through that direction. So the ones who have identified, I've put them onto the Caribbean Academy of Fashion and Design at UTT so that they can pursue a career in fashion. So it's all about discovering talent and developing it for the fashion industry.
And in terms of fashion and modeling and so forth, do you see it reaching the level within Trinidad and Tobago that it is abroad? Or do you think there are still limitations as to how much you can do within Trinidad and Tobago in terms of fashion?
The main problem with fashion in the Caribbean, it's not just Trinidad and Tobago, is that people don't treat it as a career and the professionalism is not there. So even though we have some models here who can work in Paris, New York, Milan, they don't think that. And they don't give that attitude, that kind of confidence. Some of the designers that we have in Trinidad and Tobago are ready for fashion weeks in New York, London, Milan, Paris, Tokyo, but they are not confident. And I think that is the reason that Trinidad and Tobago's fashion industry is where it is at present, because the belief in the talent is not there, and then of course the opportunities to get them outside have not been there in the past. However, the government has recognized fashion as an economic sector in Trinidad and Tobago and has developed a Fashion Industry Development Committee at the Ministry of Trade and Industry. So we hope that with the government support and with a renewed trust to develop the fashion industry, we'll be able to position Port of Spain as the fashion capital of the Caribbean, which is our ultimate goal, complete with a fashion district in downtown Port of Spain and a fashion strip in Peter Avenue in Woodbrook. So that's what we are doing. I'm actually on the FIDC, the Ministry of Trade. We have a strong team of fashion stakeholders and fashion leaders who are working towards positioning Port of Spain as a fashion center.
Okay, now just to wrap things up a little, for up-and-coming models, what is your advice to them before they actually enter an event or so forth? What do you think that they need to do before coming out to do something like this?
Firstly, they have to look at themselves with a critical eye and determine if they think they have what it takes to be a model. Because the most important thing for a model is passion. And that passion comes from being confident that you have what it takes. There are models who have the right height and the right physique, but they're not emotionally ready because they don't have the passion, or they're not so confident in themselves. So I think that's the first step. Look at yourself, determine if you have what it takes, and then come to some kind of training workshop to develop the technique, and work with photographers to develop your ability to pose and lay out in front of cameras. And after that, just go to castings for shows, and once you get in, the rest is on the job experience. As you model and you do fashion shows and you do campaigns and you do photographs for magazines and newspapers, you develop yourself as a model. The main criteria for a model internationally, and which is what we want to adopt here in Trinidad and Tobago, is for women 5 feet 9 inches in height and a proportionate body, and for men 6 feet. So the height is important. The age is not as important as long ago. So there are models here who are 29, 39, and there are some who are 16, 17. So the main thing right now is the height. They must be at the minimum height taller than the minimum height for catwalk modeling, and the physique must be proportionate. There's some models who have the right height, but the bodies are not right for clothing. That means that they might have a long torso, or the torso is short, or their legs might be short. We need to be proportionate so that the garments fit. When a designer creates a collection, they normally do it in a sample size of size 6, so that all the models must be able to fit the garment. So if a model doesn't show up, they must be able to take that garment and give it to another model, and it fits perfectly. And that's why the proportions are important.
I just want to thank you so much for your time and taking time off of your busy schedule just to be part of KVTV's, rehearsal coverage of Red Runway. And I'd like to say best of luck at the event, and I hope to see the finished product. Thank you so much.
You definitely will. By KTV. How is it? KVTV? KVTV. See you at Red Runway 2012.
We came, we saw. Some people didn't make the cut, but it's all good and well. Better luck next time. KVTV was here. We're always here where it's happening. So keep it locked. November the 3rd, that's when the actual show will be happening. Keep it locked. KVTV, Red Runway 2012. I'm your host, Giselle Aguillera, and this has been an experience with KVTV.